What's up, family? Get Sport Dash Twin Merrily. It is 5:06 a.m. in my city, Chicago. Moon Monday. At least that's what they say. September 22nd, 2025. 89% on my phone. Mary McAmyers, I be trying to prove, you know, to my real admirers, not followers, just admirers, that, what I say about my, you know, life is accurate. And if I make a mistake, I try to figure out, where I went wrong and prove it to you because I know people lie to you a lot, and I try not to, lie if I can, if I can not help it. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. People have lied to me, so I don't know everything. So don't take everything, like, you know, it's accurate and factual. Do the research for yourself because, they keep switching stuff up. But my story is the truth. I gave Oprah Winfrey my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. And she's been taking advantage of it ever since. Long story short, I ain't trying to go back and forth with Oprah and all that. But I'm just trying to prove to my Mary McAmyers that, you know, when I said 1986, I was wrong. But God was trying to tell Oprah to, watch the company she keep because she met Stedman in 1986. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes, that's how God works and stuff, for real. But once I realized that I had made a mistake when I said 1986 and 1984 concerning me giving her my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984, I had to prove that I'm not lying. So yesterday, I was walking around trying to figure stuff out. And at Oakwood Cemetery in my city, Chicago, on 67 in Greenwood, if you go down, I think it's E3, you'll see a piano, like a tombstone, but it's a piano, a real piano. You understand what I'm saying? But, made out of, uh, like they do tombstones and stuff like that. But, it's like a piano. And y'all did this video. If you're a real Mary McAmyra, I shouldn't have to explain it. Long story short, I got off the bus yesterday and I took a picture at 2:28 on 67th and Cottage Grove. Okay, so coming from behind, that's 82, 83, 84. And like I said, I gave Oprah my child abuse rap at the age of 17, 1984. I went across the street from where I took a picture at the Oakwood Cemetery, entrance, not the entrance, but, part of the cemetery or whatever. And it has, the name of the cemetery where I took the picture or whatever, and the address. And I went across the street from there, and it was a fire hydrant, 1985. Now, you remember The Color Purple came out after I gave her my child abuse rap in 1984. But the Color Purple came out in 1985. So they was trolling me. That was God's way of saying, you are right. So later on, I'm walking down the street and I find this book. It says, "What is the Mark of the Beast?" And I flipped it yesterday to page 26 and 27. And on page 26, it says Sunday, which was yesterday, September the 21st, 2025. It said Sunday is found 8 times in the New Testament. Now remember, I'm originator rap since the age of 8, 1975. This is on page 26 in the book, What is the Mark of the Beast? And then I look on page 27, and this is right here. Let's see if you can see it. I underlined it. It says, the book of Acts records or records 84 Sabbath services and only one first day service, period. So the fact that it said 84, and I gave her my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984, and then it says, and only one first day service, which would be 85, and then The Color Purple came out with Oprah Winfrey in 1985, is confirmation. So you say, okay, well that's just a coincidence, right? So I said, how many pages are in this little booklet? You know, what is the mark of the beast? So I look at the last page, and guess what? It's 48 pages, the number 48. And what do I always say? I come from behind to get mine, right? Which would be 84. You understand what I'm saying? But it clearly says 84 on page 27. So that's how I know I gave up and went for my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984. And Stedman must have caught wind, because they followed the best, which is me, your ghetto news reporter, Mary Lee, the dash between the Mary Lee, a.k.a. Mary Mac. Don't forget to put the dash between the Mary and the Mac. Originator of rap since the age of 8, 1975. But more so than anything, standing up for myself against child predators at the age of 6 in 1973. Now, with that said, I hope I have cleared up the error I made when I did my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mac versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, November of 2007, and when I said I gave her my child abuse rap at the age, well, I didn't even say age, I just said in 1986. But that was God's way of telling her she needed to watch Stedman. You know what I'm saying? Because you worth a lot of money, Oprah. You know what I mean? I don't want you to end up like Tina Turner and her husband, got everything and all that, See, we were supposed to be together. He stole my girl. That's what he did, but Oprah, she don't realize what's going on. So anyway, for my real man, Macamires, they just want us for our knowledge, our wisdom, our experience, strength, and hope, but more so our labor. And then when they get what they want to throw us away like, yesterday's trash and, act like we didn't contribute anything. So, that's why I was reluctant to put myself forward, because I knew it was going to be hell to pay. But I had to in order to, keep my legacy somewhat tight. You understand? But people doing their own thing now. And if they don't acknowledge me and my higher power, well, I guess we lose everything and slavery is back in effect. And can't blame nobody but yourself. So I'm sticking out with God, because God is the one that, if I'd have never picked this book up off the streets, you understand what I'm saying? I would have never got the answer. So who told me other than God? So why would I give up my God for, a car or whatever they want to give me to just to act like my God ain't real? I can't do it. Your best, your most valuable asset is you. You understand what I'm saying? You can have everything in the world, but if you ain't got good health, you understand what I'm saying? If you ain't got a working knowledge of self, what you got? You ain't got nothing. So when they steal everything from me, like they always try to do, and like they do the greats. See, they talked about Oprah not coming out of her studio, hardly no sightings of her, and her not giving back. They talked about her in this in the Chicago Sun-Times newspaper, October the 3rd. I think the year was 2011. You can Google it. I've made videos before about it, and they talked about her real bad. But here I am. I've given. You understand? I'm always in their face, and they still not happy. So damn if you do, damn if you don't, right? So I don't know what these people want, and I'm not finna try to figure it out. I'm just gonna work on myself, and if everybody work on themselves, you understand what I'm saying? The world will be a better place, because all this competition and backbiting and, I'm better than you, and China, want everything and don't want to, give back nothing but heartache and pain. China Mac, come on, man. We could have did a rap together or something. You didn't have to try to steal my legacy, man. And I supported y'all a lot with them wholesale merchandise and all that. I'm made in the USA, built for it tough, but we still, bought y'all trinkets and things of that nature. Made in China, you got to keep buying stuff over and over. They don't make it, where it lasts. Back in the day, you buy something, it lasts a lifetime. Now it's like, if I can get through the week, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm going all the way to 5'17". It is 5'16". So I just wanted to clear that up and stuff, that I did give Oprah Winfrey my child abuse rap at the age of 17 in 1984 and not 1986. So there you have it. Take this video, keep it and give it to Oprah. You know what I mean? Because this the 8. I'm the originator of rap since the age of 8, 1975. And that's why they trying to kill me. It's still 5'16". I'm going all the way to 5'17". You know what I mean? I'm worth a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? There you go. 5'17". So I never got nothing out the deal much. And the little shit that they gave me, they took back. And the little stuff that I got, they trying to take that too. Anytime you get robbed at the police station, nigga, you know it's a problem. And with that, step your game up. Peace.